It is day 9 of the IndiGo crisis. There were fewer cancellations today, but India's largest airline is still not back to its full operations. Passengers are still stranded at some airports. The courts have stepped in, and the government has begun cutting IndiGo's flights. In the last 9 days, more than 4,600 IndiGo flights have been cancelled. At its peak, more than 1,600 flights were being cancelled in a single day. Today, that number is down to 220 cancellations. So the worst may be over, but the disruption has not ended fully. At big airports like Delhi and Bengaluru, passengers are still facing last-minute changes. Meanwhile, the Delhi High Court has entered the picture. It has put the government in the dock. The court has asked, why was the government's response delayed? Why was the crisis allowed to build up? And how were other airlines allowed to hike fares? The government has responded to these questions. It has said that the crisis escalated because IndiGo was not following the rules. It has been issued a show-cause notice. The DGCA has summoned IndiGo's CEO tomorrow. The DGCA is the Director General of Civil Aviation. That's India's aviation regulator. It has sought a full explanation for the disruptions. It has sought detailed data on flight restoration and on how the passengers are being accommodated. The regulator has also widened its checks. It has formed a team to monitor IndiGo's operations. The DGCA has also ordered fresh inspections at least 11 airports. Yesterday, there was a surprise check at the Mumbai airport.
I came here to do a surprise check as per the instruction of Honorable Minister of Civil Aviation and Secretary Civil Aviation. Yesterday night, we decided to check all the airport, a surprise check, how the passengers are get affected, anything, how the things are moving forward. I came here to check the Mumbai, and things are in control. We discussed with all the stakeholders, especially with the airport operators, ATC control managers, and the other operators, things are going good.
So the authorities have swung into action. It may fix the current mess, but it may not address the larger issue. How did one airline derail the entire system? Because the gaps are systemic. It's a duopoly with infrastructure under pressure and a tough operating environment for key players. Tonight, we want to highlight one more issue, and that is India's pilot problem. We do not have enough pilots. Look at the official data. 6 major airlines in India employ almost 14,000 pilots. But these numbers can be misleading because employment is not the same as active flying. In practice, there are only about 8,000 active commercial pilots. 8,000 for a fleet of 834 aircraft, and this fleet is expanding, by the way. Indian Airlines have ordered 1,700 new planes. To fly these planes, India will need at least 25,000 to 30,000 pilots. That's what the aviation minister has said. We need 30,000 pilots. We have 8,000. That is a massive gap. So why don't we have more pilots? We are a country of 1.4 billion people. Why do we have just 8,000 active commercial pilots? Because of a series of bottlenecks. The first challenge is the cost. Becoming a pilot in India is an expensive pursuit. You need anywhere between 70 and 90 lakh rupees. This high cost restricts many entrants, and the pipeline of pilots remains small. The second challenge is poaching. International airlines actively target Indian pilots. They are offered higher salaries, better rosters, quick promotions, so experienced pilots join them. In fact, India raised this matter at the United Nations. It said poaching is hurting India's aviation expansion. The third challenge is the regulator itself, the DGCA. It is understaffed. Nearly half of its technical posts are vacant. This slows down pilot exams, license renewals, simulator checks, and promotions for existing pilots. Now, when you put all of this together, the fault lines become clear. When a large airline hits turbulence, there aren't enough spare pilots, there isn't enough regulatory bandwidth, and certainly not enough system capacity to absorb the shock. The government says it is taking steps. More training seats, faster licensing, and a new framework for pilot approvals. They're working on all of this. But these are long-term fixes. They will not solve tomorrow's delays or next week's cancellations. And this, unfortunately, is the story of the world's fastest-growing aviation market. The runways are ready, the planes are ready, the passengers are definitely ready, but the system still does not have enough pilots to take India where it wants to go.
I was born into revolution. I inherited power like a crown. What I delivered was isolation. I built a personality cult that touched every home. Millions suffered hunger under my rule, but no one dared to speak. I ruled from palaces. My people queued for rice. I called myself the dear leader. History calls me something else, the dictator. Who am I?